Okay, it's cold here. It's cold for California. Anyway, and we have the Queen of Cold. Not your heart, but where you live. And you're gonna do some winter look, right? Like all blues?
Blues.
Right?
Yep. From the icy, just icy blue. I think maybe some sparklies and all that kind of stuff.
I just have the song from Frozen stuck in my head all of a sudden. I don't know why. This is what I just immediately...
It's in my head.
Yes, you're welcome. So you're going to take blues from the different lines that we have, like gel polish, ManiQ, slip pores. I like this.
Yeah.
I think this... I love blue, first of all. I'm a little obsessed with it right now, and I think it's a perfect color for winter, perfect color for even going into New Year's, possibly. So I look forward to seeing what your favorite blues are.
I'm excited to show you. I love them. All right, did you guys make it through Christmas with all the reds and greens? Did you make it through New Year's with all the silvers and golds? Hopefully. And now we're at that kind of weird point where we don't have really another holiday coming up for another month or so. So what do we do in the meantime? Usually what I like to do in those cold winter months is a lot of blues and silvers and sparkles. So today I'm going to show you a whole bunch of different techniques using some blues that hopefully you can incorporate into your services. So the first color that I'm going to show you is our Miracle Mile from the Go Time collection. And the Go Time collection is a really easy product to use. It's a one-step gel polish. So you don't need a base coat or a top coat. You're just going to brush on 2 coats of your color, cure each coat in between, and then your nail is set. You don't need that base coat, you don't need that top coat. Like I said, it's just a one-step quick polish. We'll go ahead and do a second coat just to make sure that we've got good full even coverage, but a lot of our Go Time colors will actually cover the nail in one coat. So especially if you're working over an enhancement, your acrylics or your hard gel nails, you can just sometimes do one coat, cure that in the light, and then you're all set and done, and it doesn't add a whole lot of extra bulk to the nail, so just a nice thin even layer. Alright, so our first color is all set. It's done. There's a nice shiny surface to it and no tacky surface to wipe off at the end. Okay. Our second combination that I'm going to show you is our ManiQ color. Now the ManiQ color is our 3-step product. So with our ManiQ color, you're also going to need the base coat and the top coat. Okay. So I'm going to start with the base coat. I've already prepped the nail, so I've removed the shine, pushed back the cuticles, protein bond the whole nail, and then do your base coat. You're going to cure your base for 60 seconds, and then we'll come into our color. I'm going to start with our Blue 107, and Blue 107 is a really pretty bright blue. I absolutely love this in the wintertime because sometimes you just need that brightness. You just need some extra kick. Sometimes we have those gray days, so just a really pretty bright blue. I'm going to set that into place, and then I'll show you the Glacier effect on top. The first coat does tend to go on a little bit sheer. Our second coat is going to really kind of give us a little bit more of that full coverage. Okay, so that kind of fills in everything. Now you can see that really pretty bright blue. Okay, we'll go ahead back into the light. The next color that I'm going to put on top is Glacier 101. And I love Glacier over pretty much any color, but it's just a really pretty blue iridescent. So we're going to just brush a coat of that on. And that's really going to make that kind of icy feel pop out of the nail. Okay, again, we're going ahead and cure that for 30 to 60 seconds. Now we're going to go into our top coat, because remember what I said, this is our 3-step process. So this has the base coat, the color, and the top coat. So we're just going to use the ManiQ Top Coat to seal that onto the nail, and we'll do a full cure of 60 seconds to cure that all the way through. So again, I'm going to use our ManiQ cleanser. We're going to take a little pump of that onto a lint-free wipe and just give that a quick wipe, and that'll take off all that tacky layer and leave us with a nice high shine. So the next 2 colors that I'm going to show you are our slick pore colors. Okay, the first one is going to be Borealis Blue, And I'm going to show you two different ways of using our slick pour colors. So I'm going to apply our Borealis Blue slick pour with our acrylic monomer. So I'm just going to press out a little bit of the liquid from my brush, pick up a pearl, and then you're going to drop that down onto the nail. Now when you're working as an acrylic, you want to make sure that you're capping the nail with clear. So you're going to make your first layer with your slick pour very thin, okay, and then leave enough space so that you can cap that nail with clear. That way when you go to file your nail, you're not going to file off any of that glitter, any of that color. Even when you're working with a solid colored slick pour, always cap and clear, because that way again you're not going to change the color of the nail. You're not going to file off too much of that color. Okay, but this is a really pretty color. You can see that shimmer to it, kind of the shimmer of the northern lights. So there's a little bit of blues in there, there's a little bit of green, maybe a little bit of goldish yellow, but just a really pretty color, great for those cold winter months. So the next color I'm going to show you is called Mini Man, and this is again one of our slick pour colors. Okay, so this time I'm going to show you how to apply it with our conversion gel. So conversion gel is a soak-off gel. It's a soft gel. It is a 3-step process. So again, you're going to start with your conversion base. Okay. Now when I'm doing a conversion and slick pour, kind of a dip process, I like to do a coat of my base coat. I'm going to cure that in the light for 60 seconds. I'm going to do a second coat of base. I'm going to make sure that I cap the whole surface of the nail, because wherever you get your base coat, that's where your powder is going to adhere to. Okay, so make sure you get a good even coverage. I'm going to come in, I like to use a little scooper, and I'm just going to sprinkle that right over the surface of my nail. So anywhere we had that base coat is going to absorb. Make sure to kind of turn that on the side so that you get all of your edges. Grab right a little bit up top there, and down on the side. Same thing on the other edge. Make sure that you cap and coat the whole surface. Okay. Once you have your product on there, give it a little tap. It'll have absorbed into the nail. Now we're going to go back into the light and cure that. Okay. 60-second cure all the way. All right, so our first coat of our color is set. I'm going to just use my manicure brush, just dust off any last little bit of residue from our powder. And then I'm going to go back in with one more coat of our base coat. Now, if you feel like you have really good even coverage and you don't need a second coat of color, you don't have to do a second coat. But I feel like with this one, I'm going to do a second one just to make sure, especially around my edges, that I have good even coverage. Okay. Same process, I brushed on my base coat. I'm going to sprinkle on my powder, make sure that I get all of my areas. Turn the nail on the side, make sure to coat those edges. Same thing on the other side, make sure to coat the edge. Okay, let it absorb in there, and then just tap off the extra. And we'll go back into the light. So our nail is set. Again, I'm going to use my brush, dust off any residual that's on there. And I'm going to start with one coat of my top coat. Sometimes if you're using any of the slick pours that have glitter to them, you may decide that you want to do a second coat of top coat. But I'm going to start with one. We'll take a look and see how it goes. If it's nice and smooth, then I'll just end with that. Otherwise, I can always do a second coat, or I can even buff or file the nail if I need to. But from right now, this looks like it's nice and smooth, and I don't think I'm going to need an extra top coat. So I'm going to cure that all the way through for 60 seconds, and we'll be set. So I'm going to use our ManiQ cleanser to clean off that tacky surface. Again, because it's a soft gel, I don't want to be using swipe, because the swipe is actually going to give you a dull surface, and it'll start to break down that product and not give you that highest shine. Okay, so for our last color that I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a glitter press with our Western Blue. Now the Western Blue is one of our Illume glitters, which means that it's actually a silver glitter with a colored coating. Okay, so when you're doing a glitter press, the Illume colors work really good for that good solid coverage. They don't work as well if you're doing a sugared nail. So be careful when you're doing a sugared nail. If you're using any of the Illume glitters, they're going to be too dense to let that top coat cure underneath. So if you're using the Illume glitters, stick to doing a glitter press rather than a sugared nail. So for our glitter press, I'm going to start with a coat of our base coat. Again, this is our ManiQ base, and I'm going to cure this in the light for 30 to 60 seconds. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to apply my glitter. So I'm just using a little cheapy makeup brush. So I'm going to tap into my glitter and then tap onto the nail. Glitter, nail, glitter, nail. So when you're working, you don't want to be going from the glitter and try to tap all the way across the nail, because that's going to make your brush sticky and get it all kind of gummy. So glitter and then onto the nail. Okay. We get good even coverage. Make sure everything is coated, and then I'm going to just brush over the surface. I like to put this back into the light at this point just for a really quick 10-second cure, because what that does is it'll actually kind of hold that glitter back into place. So when we go to do our top coat, it's not going to get as much glitter into our top coat. Okay, so that's actually another hint that I'll give you. When you're top coating and you're doing your glitter presses, I always recommend having a separate a separate top coat for your glitter presses, because you'll see a little bit of that glitter will collect on your polish brush. So you want to make sure that if you're using this same top coat on, say, just a regular gel polish, it's going to put glitter into that gel polish. Okay, so at this point, again, I'm going to cure for another 30 seconds just to freeze that into place. We'll do a second coat of our color just to give us really good even coverage. Now, if you feel like one coat was good enough and you had as good of coverage as you want, you can just do 2 coats of your top coat and call it a day. You can be done at that point. But with this color, I'm going to do 2 just to give it really good even coverage. Just like we did before, I'm going to go from glitter to the nail, glitter to the nail, glitter to the nail, glitter to the nail. Okay, and then again, dust off our extra, flatten all those little pieces of glitter out. Okay, we'll pop it back into the light for just another quick 10-second freeze, and then we'll go and do our 2 coats of top coat. Okay, so it's kind of set into place now. We'll go ahead and do 2 coats of our top coat to seal that in, give us that really bright finish. Make sure you get right around those edges, and then we'll cure. And we have our first coat of top coat cured. Now, as I'm looking at this, I can see that it actually does look pretty smooth, but just to be on the safe side, I am going to do 1 extra coat of top coat just to make sure, because sometimes those little pieces of glitter will kind of poke out the sides and you don't quite see them until you wipe off that tacky surface. So I'm just going to make sure that's nice and even covered. We'll cure that for a full 60 seconds, and then we'll wipe off the tacky surface. And again, because I'm using my ManiQ, I'm going to use my ManiQ cleanse to clean off that tacky surface, and our nail will be completely set. I'm just going to use one of our 180 buffers just to go right around the edge, just to make sure we don't have any sharp spots or little pieces of glitter poking out. Okay. It's not going to do anything to the adhesion. It's not going to break the bond of your protein bond. It's just going to smooth out that edge. Okay. So we've got 5 different glitter looks for you, and hopefully you'll be able to get through those cold winter months with some of these shiny, shimmery colors, and you and your clients are going to stay warm.
Hey guys, what's going on? We hope you love our videos. Let us know in the comments below what you want to see next. To see more, head over here. To subscribe to our channel, head over here.